What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we do always start the show by being transparent. And didn't have a show yesterday, but Tuesday we did, and Tuesday ended up losing on the under. I had under 176. Game landed 178. So that was pretty annoying. Took a little bit of a step back, and things still been going good though. 112 of my last 15 bets. Vino, it's great to be back with you. How's everything on your end?
It's good, Skee. Actually, the last time we were on, it worked out. Commissioner's Cup night had a 3-0. The the Liberty first half team total over, and then a couple of player props. I don't play them, but I played them that night. Played Kennedy Carter over 12.5 points. She got there. Played Sabrina's PRA over. It got there. So 17-4 last 21 plays over here. That dates back to the 14th of June. So been good. Like I say, WNBA's come around pretty well.
All right, let's see if we can keep that going here. We have three games to talk about. We will start at the top with the Dream and the Mystics. Opened up -6. I see 6.5 or 7, depending where you shot. Mostly 6.5 out there. Total went from 164.5 as high as 167.5. For Atlanta, Bree Jones still out. Aaliyah Nye is out as well. For Washington, Amore and Citron, both game time decision here. Um, both teams have had some days off, right? Because of the Commissioner's Cup. So you have the Dream with 3 days rest, the Mystics with four, I believe. Um, Mystics coming off of that. Well, was it 4 overtimes? I mean, don't think I've seen anything like that one. But they've had a few days now to rest, and the Dream. I mean, they went into that little Commissioner Cup break not playing the best. I mean, they haven't covered 4 straight games. Do you think it's the bounce back spot for the Dream? You think the overtime is still lingering? You think they've had enough rest for the Mystics? How are you viewing this one?
Yeah, these get a little bit difficult, right, Ski? When you have teams, I think there's other teams that are in worse shape. Maybe 6, 7 days before the LA Sparks come to mind. They won't play for a while still. We'll talk about them down the road. But where Atlanta's concerned, they ran into that Golden State defense twice in a row, could not do anything against it in Golden State, and then had to play back to backs, right? Golden State to Seattle, and they couldn't stop Seattle at all. Seattle scored 105 points in that game. So now all the way back east, probably happy they had a few days off, I'm sure, to regroup here and get a Washington team that's possibly without their starting backcourt for the Mystics, like you say. Probably great for them that they've had days to recoup from the 124, 123 victory, 4 overtimes. But like I say, starting backcourt, it's tough. If they don't have Citron and they don't have Georgia Amore, their backcourt isn't very good depth wise. And Atlanta does lead the league in fast break points. Maybe you get some steals, you get out on the break here. It's not the best of matchups for Washington if they're without those two guards. Obviously, inside is where they're predicated. Their front line does work, but we'll see. Angel Reese does work on her own end for the rebounding and defensively. So I would think that Atlanta wins this game. Ski. The problem I have is Washington seems to be really, really good in this underdog role. They've been without. I can think back to a game where they were without Kiki and Sharika Austin in the same game as a dog and win the game. So Atlanta's a high caliber opponent that really needs a win. But do I want to lay 7? Probably not. If anything, I could possibly try the team total over for Atlanta, or the team total under for the Mystics might even make the most sense of all if they don't have the guard play here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Want to keep an eye on the injury report. But like you said, it is the Mystics' role as an underdog, especially as a home dog. So looking towards the Mystics side in this one. Next game, we have Wings and Sun. This one opened up -8.5 and is down to 7. Total open 170.5 and it's up as high as 172.5. Let's refresh this injury report. Odyssey Sims and Alana Smith, both game time decision. Nobody on the injury report for Connecticut. Um, all these teams are going to be super well rested. The Sun, they're coming off of what, back-to-back wins? They've been playing all right basketball. For the Wings, I know they had some tough matches lately. They played the Aces, they played the Lynx. Can't really fault them too much for, losing those games, but I don't know. Seems like a get right spot versus Sun. Big step up in competition from what the Sun have been facing lately, too. I mean, their last couple games, Mystic Sky Tempo. I mean, um, I don't know. I think this is a wing spot. I think they can win by margin. Maybe I'd feel a little more comfortable just expecting them to score because the Sun defense hasn't been great. Something like that. Wings team total or wings. How do you view this one, Vino?
I'm with you on that. My first thought here was Wings team total over. But then I said to myself, well, what's the deal here with this Connecticut defense, Ski? You a believer here? 57 points allowed to Washington, 63 to Chicago. And I look at that and a couple of things when I started sifting through some numbers here. Connecticut thrives or prides themselves a little bit, especially since Layla came back. They don't turn the ball over very much with her handling the ball. They rebound it pretty well, but Dallas is a great defensive rebounding team that kind of offsets what Connecticut's been doing. And Dallas likes to get out on the break. So we'll see if they can do so. I happen to think that they can. I think they'll shoot better. That first half against the Lynx, their most recent game, I think they were held to like 29 or something really low in that game. Might have been more, but they came back in the second half and played well. Need a win here. I just think they have too many scorers for the other side. For Connecticut, it's nice that they get Morrow back in this game. I know she had been on the injury report, didn't play last game, but will play here. Also, Sanaya Rivers didn't play last game. She'll play here. So like you said, Connecticut's got everybody. I see it more of a high-scoring game. I would stick to either Dallas team total over the 89.5 or full game total over 172. Connecticut, for what it's worth, has been a great first-half team. If you just want to play ATS Connecticut first half, they're the team that throws games away in the fourth quarter. And Dallas, conversely, when I looked at some numbers, really good second-half team. So maybe if Dallas is behind at halftime, you can go that way. But for me, if you're just playing some aspect of full game, it would be Wings team total over 89.5 or full game total over.
All right, we can agree on that. Last game we have is the Storm and the Mercury. Opened up -5.5 for Phoenix, down to 4. Total opened up 168.5. Not a whole lot of movement on that. Izzy is game time decision. Mayor is out for Phoenix. Rochant out. Natasha Mack, Sammy Whitcomb out. Storm have been playing good basketball. And they're getting healthier and healthier. It's hard to keep, laying points against them just because of that. We did see this matchup though. Like now I'm thinking about it. I won 12 of my last 15 bets. 2 of those losses have been Storm games. And I think one of them was actually Storm versus Mercury. So this is just it's making me want to stay away. It makes me not even want to think about getting involved. But if I was gonna push a button, I would think the Storm can keep it close or it's a high scoring game. What do you think, Vino?
I kind of think the same with high scoring game. And it is funny, Ski, because just last week, I know off air after the show or before the show, definitely contemplating putting Seattle on that hell no list. And
Mm-hmm.
they've been playing really good offense. Now, granted, they caught Atlanta in a bad situation back to back, but they scored 105. And I went through their pace numbers last 5 games. They've been playing quicker. All of their offensive numbers are up, up, up the last 5 games. So something's coming together here for Seattle. For their last 5 full game totals have resulted in 187 or better. This number is only 167.5 or 168. I guess you have 168.5 posted there, but I think you can get 68s still. So that's way above what's asked for here tonight. And the game that they didn't get to 187, they scored 166. It was against Phoenix, 93-73. Phoenix blew them out. Phoenix at home, been a great over team as far as this particular number is concerned. They're 6-2, 168 or more at home. They do get Akoa Makani back tonight. That's pretty good. Last week we made a little bit of or talked a little bit about Natasha Mack not being available for Phoenix kind of makes them smallish. And with her out last week, they wound up scoring 111 and 89 in back to back games. So to me, I think Phoenix plays with a little more pace here. I think Seattle is playing with pace. I kind of like this game over 168 Skee. Like I say, the last game hit 166. And, Seattle didn't shoot the ball well at all. It was played on this floor. I think we get to 169 here tonight.
All right, so we can agree that we think it's more of a higher scoring game in this one. And that'll wrap it up for today. So quick and easy, 3 games, about 10 minutes. And before we get out of here, let's go ahead and do the usual promos that we do. So the 2-for-1 3-day all access. Oh, my bad on that. Still got the banner up there. Yeah, the 2-for-1 3-day all access. You can get both Rob Veno and myself for only $69. I've won 12 of my last 15. Veno is 17-4. So a way to check both of us out if you're interested. If not really too fond of one of us, you get to buy 3, get 3 free. It's up to 6 days for just $69. And yeah, good ways to get involved. So, I'll pass it back to you. If you have anything else you'd like to promote, feel free. And if you have a best bet, we'd love to hear it. If you don't worry about it.
Yeah, if you're not fond of one of us, show up to the Westgate Sportsbook Bar in August when I'm there, and then you'll be very fond of both of us after you visit that particular bar. I will drop a best bet here, Skee. I'll go back to the Dallas game against Connecticut. I think their team total is going to get over 89.5, and I really think Dallas is going to be able to score against Connecticut. I'm not a real believer in the 63 and 57 allowed for Chicago. That game against Connecticut was just an all-time disaster offensively. And then Washington had come off a couple of really big wins before Connecticut shut them down. So I think Dallas does things that Connecticut probably can't defend here. So best bet's going to be Dallas team total over 89.5.
Good stuff. I would just endorse Vino's best bet. I do think that's a good way to go. I've only played one bet today, and it's up on the site, so can't give it out. Good stuff, Vino. Always appreciate you taking the time to cap these games with us. Helps my process. I'm sure it helps everybody else as well. Chat, we appreciate you all. We have one more show tomorrow, and we have, looks like, 2 games that we'll be talking about. So best of luck, everybody, on all your action tonight, and we will catch you all again tomorrow.